Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about getting set up to play PlayStation on a Raspberry Pi, or Pi 3 in particular. So, ultimately, I want to use these bad boys. I've got a couple of these guys. You can get these guys used all over the place. Some people are outrageous, charging a ridiculous amount for these, but typically you could find these on Amazon, shipped from Amazon, like ones that people traded into them and whatnot, for about $10 to $12, depending on the color. Sometimes they have ones that are 15, but I still think it's a good deal for these controllers because they are pretty awesome. If you don't, if you're cool with using a wired controller, especially if you want to pop that PlayStation 1 image on your Pi and just have the most authentic experience you can. I'm modding an old PS1 and whatnot, and I have a few different options that I'm going through. But today, we're going to be talking about this bad boy right here, this converter, this little adapter that allows you to plug in two PlayStation 1 controllers, or even PlayStation 2 controllers. But I'm using PS1 controllers. So this little wonderful doodad right here. So we're going to plug this bad boy in and see if she works. I have another one on order, and I'm hoping it works as well, because I do need a couple of these, but this is going to be the first one I try. I've already tried these ones. I'm not going to link these. These did not work for me, and they're not returnable. I had to fight with Amazon to get my money back on these, and they said just keep them or throw them away, because they don't work. They don't even work on my PC. So these are hit and miss, really hit and miss for some reason. So those, no go. These I've heard good things that they pretty much work out the box. So we're gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up, test her out, and see if she works. Ultimately, after taking this out of the package for the first time, I haven't taken it out and tested it yet. We're doing this on a whim here to see if she works. I've seen some pretty good reviews on this. A lot of people have success with it. Feels real cheap. Very cheap plastic. See-through. The connections look fine. As fine as they're going to be with this cheap plastic. Little, maybe 12-inch cable, which is fine. It's got 2014 gear printed on the PCB. Couple LEDs, so we'll see if that all lights up and works. So we're gonna go ahead and dive down into it, plug this little bad boy into our Pi, plug in a couple of these, and hopefully they work. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, so we got this bad boy plugged in. The little LED lights are on. From what I read on the reviews, the right-hand side actually registers as player 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can register that first. You also want to make sure your analog light is on, so press the analog button. Let's go ahead and see what we got. See if we can set everything up. That registered as gamepad 3. Unsure with that, but let's go ahead and set up the next controller. Right, and make sure my analog light's on. And this is registering as gamepad 4. Okay, so now the ultimate test. Let's go ahead and go back to our tracked mode. There we go, there we go. Okay, so I do have a keyboard attached So I'm gonna use this to set up my controls real quick. So I press tab, go into controls, and go ahead and remove those inputs. So this was back. So I'll go ahead and press my X button for back. Up, down, left. I'm just double doing it. You know, sometimes controllers will register some things the same, like the directions, but not always. So I just double check them anyway. Display menu. I'm going to do that as my start button. Configure I will do as my select button. Ba-bam. Add favorites I'm going to do as my square button. That should be it. Just set up one for now. Okay, so now the ultimate test. Let's try her out, see how she works. Let me see, what to try. I think I'll do Twisted Metal Small Brawl because it does use the triggers. Let that bad boy boot up. Start this game up. Give her a try. Skip everything, we don't care. Pass this up. Let's just get in the game. We don't care about none of that. So I mean, I do like the feel of the original PS1 controllers, the Dualshocks anyway, come in handy. So let's go ahead and let's try this guy out. Let's see what to do. So I'm using my R2 button to shoot. I think my L2 is like my special, or you know, whatever you pick up. Throw a firebomb over there. So that's definitely what I'm talking about here. Controller's fully functioning. I feel like my response time is just fine. I'm not getting any noticeable input lag. So that's definite plus. I did just get like killed, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it using these original PlayStation DualShock controllers on the Pi. So this is get out of here. Oh, I should have used my special. Punk? Get the hell off me. So yeah, everything's functioning well. Nothing really much to say about that. A lot of people are familiar with these controls, so you know the feel of them. Very high quality controllers for their time, and they still hold up, in my opinion, to the test of time of good controllers. You know, all the DualShocks after the original pretty much kept the same form factor for the most part, or very similar anyway. These are wired, so in order to use the originals, you will need the adapter like I showed. The only thing, let me exit this game. The only thing I'm going to say about that, oops, didn't mean to do that, but The only thing I want to say about this adapter is it's good if you're going to be using a just your Pi without modding like any kind of case or anything like that. But if you're going to mod like a PS1 case or something, this is probably not going to be the adapter you want to use. But I'm getting another adapter that is going to function for what I want to use it for, which is modifying a PS1 case, or an actual PS1 system, turn it into a Pi case, have the power button functioning and everything. And I want it to easily just take Dualshock controllers, just plug them in. This one, even with modifying it, you're not going to be able to do that without some real heavy modifications, like desoldering all the connections and extending it out. So you can do that with this, but it's just going to turn into a bigger project, bigger hassle than I think it's worth in the long run. You would just have to desolder. I don't remember exactly how many pins there are. It looks like 2, 4, 6, 8. There's like 9 or 10 pins. You would have to desolder and then solder in some wiring to extend those connections out off of the PCB board, and then put them through your PS1 case. So this one you could do it, but I have another cable that's going to function perfectly for a case. But if you're not looking to do that to modify it, this is definitely a worthwhile investment if you want to use PlayStation 1 DualShock controllers, especially with this PlayStation Pi image. So I highly recommend it for that. But if you're looking for something to use to modify your PlayStation 1, this is not the one for you. That one, I will have a upload of a little video review along with the project that I'm working on another time, showing you how I'm doing the power button and all that stuff in the original. Well, it's not the original PS1, it's the PS1, the small one. So I'll show how that's all done. That'll be down the road a little bit. Just got to get it all put together and film everything. So keep an eye out for that. Links will be in the description for this particular adapter and for the original controllers off of Amazon. Everything, Amazon Prime delivery. I only link to stuff that's sold by Amazon or fulfilled by Amazon anyway, so I'll link those in there. So take a look at that. Hopefully this is something that you could use. If not, hey, to each their own, but for those who want to do, PS1 controllers, it's a great option. So with that said, catch you guys next time. Boom.